We are bold, we're resilient, and boundary breaking. This is Featured Founders by the Q Network, bringing you the real life stories of the most inspiring African LGBTQ plus women and non-binary business owners.
I am Thando, and I'm the founder of Lithane Cleaning Services. We specialize in residential and commercial cleaning, and recently we introduced another services which is called moving services, where we pack, unpack, clean and transport you to your destination. And the company was established in 2013, but it was only registered in 2018, and it was named after my mother, because she's the inspiration behind this business, and she became my first client. So let me tell you, my mom doesn't like cleaning. She doesn't. She's not a fan. So as I was growing up, obviously she trained me because she doesn't want to help us. So she trained me to clean and whatever. And she saw how good I became at it, you know. And when I was stressing about my corporate job and whatever, she said, "But you have a skill. I taught you a skill. So why don't you use the skill to open a business and see where it takes you?" You know. So I didn't resign immediately. That's why the company was established in 2013, but only registered in 2018. So yeah, I used that skill that I had, and then I made it a company. When I was still working, I didn't get funding. So I remember I started my company with 150 in my pocket. I went and bought, let me tell you what I bought. I bought sunlight, I bought jig, I bought steel wool, I bought, what do you call this, skateboard? I don't know what you call it in English. I bought that, and that's how I started, you know. I started with this house, obviously, and then, and then after that, I'm like, okay, I can buy more, you know, because I was getting more clients. My mom actually introduced me to her colleagues at work, you know. So yeah, that's how I started. And for me to decide to resign, actually, it's because I was miserable in the corporate world. I'm gonna tell you, since I started working, I've been this miserable person in the corporate. I didn't like waking up for someone, firstly, and I think I enjoyed making my own money than making someone else's money. You know, so yeah, that was the issue. And then I decided, because I was just, you know, when you started getting sick because you have to be at work and you don't want to. And I'm like, okay, let me try this business thing, you know. And it was because I was getting more clients and I couldn't keep up with my work and my business. So I said, let me just make a choice right now. Whether I fail in business, I would have tried. So that's how, yeah. Our mission, firstly, is to solve the problem that most South Africans have. You know, people don't have time anymore. You know, they're busy. People are climbing corporate ladders, and you know. So I looked at that problem. I'm like, okay, can this be my mission to solve everybody's problem? So I try and find solutions in whatever that people need. You know. So our packages are tailor-made, most of them. So if you are moving into a new house, for instance, you don't have to get a painter. We'll paint for you. You don't have to get someone who cleans for you. We'll do that. If there's a plumbing issue, I always have someone that does plumbing, you know. So we're saying to people out there that you don't have to hire multiple service providers. We are here for you, whatever you want, you know. Because I remember at some point I was actually moving someone from here to Rustenburg, you know, and then they needed a driver because they had 2 cars. They needed a driver for, you know, I offered a driver, you know, so we always make things easier for our clients, you know. So Lithane Cleaning Services the whole of Gauteng, but most of our clients are in Joburg, unfortunately, and I stay in Pretoria. So yeah, but we service the whole of Gauteng, and now we're trying to branch into the neighboring cities. Like Rustenburg is not far. Maybe some of the Limpopo province as well, you know. And then we're actually trying to have a roadshow where probably 1 month we're in Kimberley, for instance, because a lot of our services are required then, you know. got friends that stay there, and they were telling me that there's no company that does this, So we're trying to do that now to branch out, But for now, we are in Gauteng, and then we service the neighbors like an hour away from Gauteng.
Let's go.
I am Thando. So what I appreciate about the Q Network, I've learned a lot. I wish everybody knew about this platform. Like, I'm always shouting that on Facebook, guys, come on, But it really helps us as queer women, first of all, because most of us don't have opportunities or knowledge or information about such platforms. And I'm like, I was curious, because I know someone else joined, I think the year before or something. So I was curious. I'm like, okay, let me join and see what I can learn. And let me tell you, you learn a lot of things. I've changed since then. I as personally as well, not in my business only, So I learned a lot about myself, my business, and whatever. And the platforms that they offer, the mentorship, the workshops, and whatever, it really helps if you're a woman and you're still struggling there and there, So now I think when I started my business, I didn't have to ask people, how do I price? How do I do this? How do I do this? Because they give you that information, So yeah, now I'm confident that I'm running my business now as a businesswoman. So yeah, my mindset as well changed a lot. I am Thando Radebe, and I am proud African queer businesswoman.